Hello students, welcome again to the another chapter of Food and Beverage Service Foundation Course 1 Lab, where the course code is BSCH1007 and myself Assistant Professor Rohit Jaswal for School of Hospitality. As we discussed in the last class about the different equipments of food and beverage service, today I got another lecture for you on laying and changing tablecloth. So students, first of all, as we all know that whenever you go in the restaurant, the first thing you see is the table, where exactly you need to sit. So as a customer, whenever we visit to a restaurant, we want our table to be set properly. And laying and changing tablecloth is the very basic and very important topic to know and learn while you are actually setting the table for any of the guests. Today in today's class, I will try my level best to make you understand that what are the basics of laying and changing tablecloth. If you talk about the objectives from today's class, so it would be I want you to be familiar with all the equipment that we use for table laying and changing. So first of all, you should know what all things will be requiring when you are actually laying and changing the table in the restaurant. Second, we want you to understand the name and categorize of all the equipments required. So it's not about only as a student you should know what are the things you need. You also should know the names of those things, and you can actually find out and you can categorize them easily. That's the main objective. Followed by, we will try to understand and remember the name and recognize equipment that with their shapes and sizes. So you need to find out that what all equipment would be requiring to do this task, as well as what are their sizes and shapes. That is also very important to know. Now, when we talk about the last objective would be to understand the skill of doing this task. So you should also know what is the skill behind how you will do when you will be in the hospitality. So let's start this without wasting more time. Let's find out what and how we will do. We will understand it in a very similar and very simple manner. First of all, we will understand how to fold a particular tablecloth, and then we will find how to lay it. Because laying is the process which is done after the folding a particular understanding how to fold the tablecloth. So basically, let me take example. Whenever you in your home, your mom asks you to put a bed sheet on the bed, you need a proper pressed and ready with folded tablecloth, the bed sheet to do the task, right? Over here also in the hospitality, whenever we need anything to get the thing done for the customer, we do get it in a proper fashion and proper manner. Then only we can do the required task properly and with our full strength. So let's see over here first. Let me show you in the pictures. You can see that this is the process of laying the cloth. So you will get the cloth like this from the laundry department for your restaurant or bar, and you will need to do the needful with this. You need to start unfolding it like this. You will half unfold it, then followed by full unfolded. Half of the tablecloth will fall on the ground, and this would be the fifth step, which you will understand, which is actually a skill technique which you need to learn today, in which you need to use all the fingers on these folds of the napkin or the tablecloth, and once you are done with this, you need to get ready to showcase yourself. When you say the showcase, we'll come directly to the seventh stage, where you will just put the tablecloth very neatly on the table side, and you will start unfolding it in a professional manner, where it shows that you know the technique of doing it, and the people can actually understand what you are doing. See, this is the task which shows your showmanship, your skill, and many other things. It is very important to know how to lay tablecloth before becoming a good steward or a hospitality student. So let's see this in a video and try to start learning how exactly it's supposed to be done. I got a video of our own children or our own student, those who are actually did it pretty well. So let's see it and find out how easy or how much skillful this task is. Let's do it. So as you can see, this girl is holding the tablecloth in a proper fashion. You need to fold a tablecloth in half and then again upside down you need to do it on the other end. So basically we did a folding of a tablecloth in such a manner that you can get these step number 5 kind of folds in this tablecloth. Okay, by keeping the stitching side of the cloth towards you, you will fold the one side of the tablecloth towards half of the tablecloth, and the rest half you will again do the needful the same like this. Once this task is done, you will do it the same task, the same fold once again for the left tablecloth, and the other end will also be folded in the same manner, and finally once you will get the completely like this. Now in a similar manner we will start unfolding it. You can see when we are unfolding it, we are making it sure that it should not be get unfolded unnoticed and unprofessional way. The student is putting his fingers like index finger, middle finger and ring finger in these kind of folded and very neatly placed on the table. And now in this task, for number 7 or 8 step, you have seen how pretty and how well mannered he laid a tablecloth. He was not doing it in a manner where someone is facing or having the idea that this person is doing it in a way that any of the roadside restaurant does it. It is a very professional way of doing this tablecloth folding and unfolding or laying the tablecloth in the hospitality industry. So I hope you understand this with this video, that how exactly you're supposed to do it. Trust me, if you will try it few times, and trust me if you will try to do it in a professional manner for a couple of minutes, and you will become quite sure that how exactly this will happen, and you will become the professional for this laying tablecloth. Let's move and find out the same in a sequence of or in a manner of written points. So it will be more clear for you that how exactly it has been done. Let's find out. So in this slide, you can see the steps which are involved in laying a tablecloth are. So through these steps, you will come to know that what are the steps and how you need to do it. So you should prepare a tablecloth which is neatly folded. So first of all, you need the tablecloth which is neatly folded, as it was mentioned by a girl who was folding it in a proper fashion. Once you get it, then you need to start opening the folded first layer, which was just one on the above. You just open it. Once it was opened, you need to open the second layer, and you need to put the tablecloth falling down to the table. Open all the fold, which is the third fold, and on the both sides, the right and left, both sides will be open, and 25% on both sides, the tablecloth will be falling on towards the ground. Enter each finger in every fold correctly and neatly. We do have 4 fingers, and they do have 3 folds which can easily be placed inside these 4 fingers. So basically, when you're putting it inside the folds of the tablecloth, you actually trying to hold the complete cloth in your proper 2 hands so that nothing can be gone wrong. Now you need to be ready, and while tuck your little finger, you should be very sure that everything is handled very carefully. Cuddle the first layer starting from the bottom layer. You need to find out that you need to cuddle the first layer on the top, on the just the corner of the table side. So once done, then you need to release slowly each layer. Just start leaving the layers, and the complete laying of the tablecloth task would be done. Once it is done, you are ready and adjust a bit to look neatly. If you find it that you did the task very properly, but still you need some changes, still you need some time to get it well, what do you call it, well dimensioned, well pressed by the hand, you can do that. There's no harm. But it has to be done very professionally. It should not be done like any roadside restaurant. Now, once we are done with the laying tablecloth process, we can move to the next process of changing tablecloth. So, students, you need to understand that whenever you are in the restaurant, you're not allowed to just move one tablecloth and then just laying the another one, which we do generally in our home, right? We are not allowed to do that. We are actually showmen. So we need to show our showmanship, and for that we do have a special way of doing that task too. Now what is the special task? Now what is the special way of doing that? Interested to know? Let's see in our next slide that what we need to do. Over here I'm telling you about the changing tablecloth. Now you need to understand that once you are done with the laying of tablecloth and guest is seated on the table and they want that your tablecloth has to be changed, but you are not supposed to show the table or the table base to the guest. So this is a way of doing it. Very professionally, as you can see, the step 1, you need to see that this is the tablecloth which this girl is showing you, is actually showing you that this tablecloth has to be changed. Right? Step 2, you need to take one fold of the tablecloth very professionally as it was done for the laying time, and you need to put it on the table like this, right? But remember, the table's base should not be visible to any of the guests. On a step 3, you will just fold it once so that it can be easily done in front of the guest and it get ready for the changing with the another cloth. When we move ahead, we'll find that she is ready with the another tablecloth which is already folded, and she did the work of unfolding already started. As it was mentioned that you need to change the cloth, you need to come across towards side, that other side of the table, and need to get ready to unfold and change the tablecloth. In the step 6, you need to use your again 3 fingers to hold those folds which was we learned in the time of laying table, and also you need to start folding the another cloth which is just you folded in step number 3. And again, once both the things are in hand properly, you need to start unfolding the new one and start folding the previous one. Once this particular thing has been done, this task has been done, you can say that step number 8, this girl is ready, and this girl is very much capable to lay this new tablecloth and take the older one in her hand with very professional style. So guys, I hope you understand that how exactly this is supposed to be done, but I want you to learn it through the video also. So let's see one video and understand how exactly it's supposed to be done, right? So let's see. So as you can see, this girl folded the half of the tablecloth as it was mentioned in the step number 2 and 3. She is just very professionally doing it. She had just folded one side of the tablecloth. Now this is how we learned in the beginning of doing the tablecloth folding. Now she took the another one which is already pressed, well folded. She started unfolding it. You can see she is using this on the one of the another dirty tablecloth. So brown one is getting changed with the yellow one. In a similar fashion which was done earlier that boy has done, she also tried to do the same. She just kept the newer one on the older one and she started unfolding one and started holding the lower one very professionally. And see, now this is the professionally done, that one tablecloth of yellow color has been laid and the brown one has been changed. So you must have seen that table was not visible and the base of the table was not visible and the tablecloth has been changed very professionally by this girl. So you can also do this. This is not that difficult that you may or may not do it. Once you get practiced, once you try it, once you know how to fold and unfold, and definitely with the passion of learning of the hospitality style, you will come to understand this very easily. So after understanding changing tablecloth by video, let's see this within an easy way of reading it. So let's go to the next slide and let understand how exactly it has been happened theoretically. So when you are talking about the steps in changing a tablecloth, we need to understand couple of points. We need to make sure that there are no barrier in the table below your position stand. So you need to be very much sure that your legs or maybe your table is free with any of the obstacles. Obstacle or barriers can be your chairs, your another clothes, your other equipments of the F&B. Everything should be cleaned. Pull 5-inch cloth from the table as it was done earlier. Pull the fabric back up before and end of the cloth that are not open to show the table, and bring the fabric to the middle of the last dawn until it appeared in the folded stage. So you need to fold the lower one, the one tablecloth which needs to be changed, that has to be come up little bit, and the new one has to be start coming over it. Take a new tablecloth and place onto the dirty tablecloth. You need to understand that whenever you putting the empty one, the new one of tablecloth, that has to become on the dirty one, so that the table should not be visible to any of the guests. Use the laying tablecloth step to spread out a new tablecloth. When you lay up in the middle of the table, pull the dirty tablecloth with the little finger and ring finger grasping a dirty cloth. So as I mentioned, you need to understand these 4 fingers has to work together, right? Every two fingers do have one fold of the tablecloth. So once you put your tablecloth and you then with this middle last pinky finger, you need to start folding the lower one and start unfolding the above one. So when you start doing this, you will come to know that you are able to pick up the dirty cloth and you're able to lay the cleaner one easily. Then pull the new tablecloth while pull the dirty tablecloth slowly. You need to do one thing very carefully. Whenever you're doing this task, you need to be very calm, composed, and do it very professionally and slowly. You need to keep unfolding the new one, and you need to keep pull the dirty tablecloth from the downside. Pull till the end as shown in the picture. Just it was shown in the picture earlier. You need to do it very carefully. Then the complete dirty one should come in your hand and the new one has to be laid on the table. Ready. Now you have changed the tablecloth and dirty tablecloth will be in the good condition, neat fold. So guys, 2 things you need to remember. While you're changing the tablecloth, you are not doing one task. You are doing 2 tasks together. How? One task, you need to fold the lower one which is already dirty, and simultaneously you need to unfold the cleaner one on the place where it was lying. So you need to very professional, you need to understand very professionally this, and you need to practice this many times so that the lower one should not get unfolded and the above one should not be remain folded. So this is very important task to understand and to try. So I request everyone to try it as soon as possible and as much as you can, because folding, laying and changing the tablecloth is the very basic of any of the food and beverage service department's task. So we need to find out that how exactly I will do this task and how better I can be in this task. That is the moral what we need to learn. So let me recap it once. First of all, you need to understand how to fold a tablecloth. The tablecloth has to be folded in a fashion that upside down is to be folded twice, so that you can get the 3 layers which you need to hold in these 4 fingers. Then you need to put the neatly folded tablecloth on the table. You need to remember the center of the tablecloth should be in the almost center of the table. 25% of the tablecloth on right and left side should be falling towards down, which means towards the floor. Then you need to put these four fingers inside the folds of the tablecloth, and you need to start unfolding it very professionally once you cuddle the first fold outside towards the table. So it has to be done very systematically and very professionally. So anyone who is looking at it should find that how better and how exactly you did the task, and it shows the showmanship too. In the second stage of this chapter, we also understood that once we have the dirty tablecloth already, so how exactly we need to change it with the new one. So before changing it, we have understood that tablecloth should or the table should be clear with any of the barriers or obstacles. So all kind of food and beverage service equipment, no matter it cutlery, crockery, glassware, whatever it is, it has to be free from it on the table. Any of the chairs should not be in between, and then you should come with a new tablecloth and you should start doing the task. You need to fold a first fold of the dirty tablecloth which is falling down. You need to take it 5 centimeter up, so that one fold should be ready. You need to put the another clean tablecloth on the top of the dirty one, and then you need to start showing your showcase, your skill. The same procedure which we have done in the laying time, we need to do it again, but this time with the smallest finger, which is pinky finger, you need to start folding the lower one and unfolding the upper one. Once you will start doing it, you will find that you are able to fold the dirty tablecloth and unfold the clean tablecloth. The clean tablecloth will take the place of the dirty one, and the dirty one would be on your hand in a folded position. So this is how you're supposed to do this task, which tells you about laying and changing the tablecloth. I hope you understand this task, and you definitely do this in the practice so that you can learn in a more better way. So let's go ahead. Now let's see what are the questions which may arise from this particular topic. So students, after finishing this particular topic, I hope you have understood the way of laying and changing the tablecloth. The most common question which may come from this particular topic are, what do you understand by tablecloth? So first of all, you should know what the tablecloth all about. If someone asks you what do you understand by it, you should have a clear idea about this particular equipment. Then you may be asked about briefly explain the steps involved in laying the tablecloth. So second slide, in which we have learned through video and the help of the steps, you should know the steps which are involved in this particular task performance. Third question which can raise from here is, what are the basic requirements for performing this task? So what all the things you are requiring for, it can be table or it may be a tablecloth or anything. What all the equipment you require for performing this task you should be aware of. Fourth question which may arise from this particular topic is, briefly explain the steps involved in changing the tablecloth. So basically, not only laying, after that if you want to change the tablecloth, what are the basic steps which you should have with you, that are also comes in the same. Then we have the last question which may arise from this particular question, from this particular topic is, what standards you must remember while doing changing tablecloth tasks. So you need to be very careful about all the points, standards and task performance, that what all things you need to cover when you're doing this particular task. So if these kind of questions come, you do have the answer, because we just completed this topic. Anything which you not understand, you can see this particular video and the slides again and get ready to get answer for these particular questions. These are just a sample questions. There would be many more questions may arise, but these are very common questions which someone can ask you from this particular topic. So I hope you have understood very clearly about this particular topic, which was laying of and changing tablecloths, and you will be able to perform it very professionally in coming future. So thank you very much. We'll be meeting again in the next chapter, and we'll doing new learnings very soon. So meanwhile, thank you so much for being patient and learning. Have a good day ahead.